Hey everyone, Combo here, back with another Empires and Puzzles video, and today we are in Undead Horde War. I am, of course, going to feature my 6 war flags with commentary. If you do enjoy this video or find it helpful, hit that like button, make sure you're subscribed to my channel, and turn that notification bell on so you can be alerted of when I drop new content. And as you can see, we have a lot of Bernadette tanks on the board. I think they've got 17, and they've got all red tanks, so I'm likely going to be going up against probably 4, maybe 5 Bernadette tanks, depending on how things go. Without further ado, let's get into my 6 war flags. With my first flag, we are going to go up against a Bernadette tank team. I have Kushanku, who gets his special in just 5 tiles with the mindless attack. I've got Sludgus, who gives the dancing to everybody but herself, so everybody else will not be able to be turned into paintings, but she will. I've got Medea for the shifting mindless attack, and then I've got Richard as a hard hitter and Diachan as another healer. Let's see how this first flag here goes. All right, so I need 7 tiles for Medea or 5 tiles for Kushanku. I am going to start off with the greens on the right horizontally, maybe, or I might just start off with the 3 purples actually on the right. Yeah, I'm going to start off with the 3 purples on the right. Really not a great board here, honestly. I'm going to move these greens on the right horizontally. That's going to allow me to match some blue tiles and some purples. I would like to match the blues horizontally, but that's going to make it so I can't match those purples. I've got like nothing on the left-hand side to match. That is kind of crazy. I think I need to match the purples. And then I'll be able to match some blues. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to match the blues. This actually might rearrange the board, which will probably help me. Unless if I get a yellow on the bottom, which I could also use some yellows or a purple on the bottom right. We did get a yellow. So let's hit this. Nothing to help me. Awesome. Let's match these 3 blues. We might be able to be okay if I do not have any crazy cascades. Actually, you know what? I could just match these 3 yellows on the left. I was going to look at matching those 2 sets of purples, but we can avoid doing that. Alright, perfect. I have Kushanku now. So let's use Kushanku on Bernadette right now. And then let's match some purples. I'm definitely going to need to heal. I'm going to match the 3 purples on the right first. I was hoping to get a red in the middle, but didn't work out. Let's match these 3 purples up the middle now. That's going to give me Medea. Hopefully she's still alive. Kushanku's probably going to die. Yeah. Alright. Now, let's use Medea to heal. Or rather, Diachan to heal. And now, do I want to use Medea on Slimego? He is a rogue class, so has a chance to evade it. But I would like to not have to deal with his water damage and the other damage that he gives. So let's try to hit Slimego with Medea. Perfect. Okay. That worked out good. Now, I'm going to match these 3 blues up against Bernadette. That's going to give me Richard special. I really need another yellow for Sludge's special. Let's hit Bernadette with the main part of Richard. And I'm going to match these greens and purples, which is going to give quite a bit of mana to Bernadette. Or do I want to try to work the outsides of the board? This battle's getting low on time already, and I haven't made much of a dent yet. Yeah, we need to do this. That was quite a cascade. Please kill Bernadette. Oh, that red tile is going to be enough to set her off. Not quite, actually. Now she's going to go off. Alright, let's match these 3 blues up the middle. It's not going to be enough to kill her, but it will give me Richard's special, and hopefully he resists the paintings. And he did. Awesome. Now let's hit Bernadette with the main part of Richard. This should kill her. Awesome. Now, I am going to do a little tile dumping, hit this green diamond. Medea might be dead. Yeah, she is. All right. Let's hit this new hero. What's their name? Fafnir with Dia-chan. And then I'm going to hit this red diamond, do some tile dumping. That's going to give me those purples. If I can get Dia-chan to come out of the paintings, man. Alright, let's hit this purple diamond again. How many more turns do I have these paintings for? 3 more turns. That is forever. Alright, let's hit the purple diamond. Please keep Sludge's alive. And Sludge's is dead. I'm gonna match these yellow tiles that will, with the yellow dragon, that's gonna set off that cascade of blues. Ascian's gonna go off again. Fafnir's got their special again. I don't know if Richard's gonna be able to survive the hit from Fafnir, but we're gonna find out. And Slime Go is going off also. Yeah, this is probably going to be the end of this battle. Alright. Not the start I was hoping for, but at least we took out the tank and made a easier clean with Bernadette not being there. With my next flag, I'm going to bring my Oni Wakamaru team with Lord Loki. I've also got Von Rothbart, who gives the silence and dancing effect for Bernadette. I've got Dia-chan as a healer, and Hogni as another hard hitter, who also does extra damage to red as well. Alright, so I need 5 blue tiles for Oni Wakamaru. That's kind of the setup for this whole battle. I'm going to start off with the 3 blues on the very left. Now I am going to match the 4 yellows on the bottom right. Let's match this yellow dragon, or rather just hit the yellow dragon. I'm not going to move up the yellow tile because I don't want to give an extra tile from Sable, and we got lucky with that blue cascade. That's awesome. All right, so let's now use Oniwakamaru. Yeah. And then I want to match these blue tiles, which is going to give me both Hogni and Lord Loki. And Bernadette did not go off. That's even better. Let's copy Bernadette's special with Lord Loki. Now, let's hit the 3 on the right with Hogni, because I want to get rid of the Reviver on the right with Sable. Awesome. That was quite a bit of damage. Perfect. Now, let's get our purples going. I'm going to match the 3 purples horizontally over here. Awesome. Bernadette stayed in the painting. I'm going to hit this red dragon. That is going to set off a couple cascades, one with the reds up top and then the purples over in that left area. All right, we got some more blues. We should be able to kill Bernadette right now, I think, with those blues. And the paintings are for a few more turns, so Sable's not going to be going off, so we'll be okay there. I am going to use these 4 blues up the middle. Bernadette is dead. Perfect. Now, I am going to hold off on Oniwakamaru. I don't need to use him yet. I'm going to match this red diamond, I think. I really need to get Von Rothbert's special if I can soon. Actually, you know what? Let's match the 4 reds. That way I can ghost the purple tile by hitting that red dragon. Still gonna need 1 more purple tile for Von Rothbert. I'm gonna do little tile dumping, move up that 1 red tile to match with the greens. Holding off on Oniwakamaru until Fergus gets a little more mana, so that he only affects him. Now, let's match the 3 blues up top. That's going to set off Von Rothbert also. Nice cascade. Let's hit the 3 on the right first with Hogni. Or what does Leone do? Leone hits 3, so in this case 2 enemies. And then the surge bleed damage. I think I would like a Mega Minion for Lord Loki at this point. Probably should not have put him next to Diachan if I was going to potentially do that, but it is what it is there. Or do I want to use it on Fergus so that Sable can potentially reduce her mana? Yeah, let's do that. Awesome. It did reduce her mana. Now let's use Hogni on the right here. And then I'm going to use Von Rothbert on Sable. And it did hit her with the silence. Perfect. Now, I'm going to match these yellow tiles up against Sable, hoping that it spreads over to Rosalind. Her mana shield blocked it. Had a feeling that might happen. Let's now... I don't want to hit Rosalind with tiles because I don't want her to get her special, and the bleed damage might kill her. If not, I'll use the blue tiles next turn. I'm just going to match these 3 reds on the left horizontally. Bleed damage was not enough to kill her, but she's only got 113 health left. Although I'd like to ghost the blue tiles if I can. So let's do this. Nice cascade with those purples and the diamond I have set up. All right, Rosalind's dead. Perfect. Now I'm going to match this purple diamond. Let's use Medea and Von Rothbert and Oni Wakamaru now. I'm going to ghost these blue tiles over here. Alright, we're running out of time, but I'm feeling pretty good right now about where we're at. Gonna hit this purple diamond. I'm gonna hold on to Von Rothbert for now. Normally I would be ghosting tiles over here, but with the timer running out, I want to hit them with tiles. Perfect. Fergus is actually going to die from the 1700 damage, or with tile damage, even better. Alright, let's use our specials with Lord Loki and Hogni, and this battle should be over if she doesn't revive 17 times. Which is not something I was factoring, unfortunately. Of course, our special's going to go off now. Alright, now she's dead. Alright, we are 1 for 2 now. Very happy with how that battle went, especially with a board that was really not that great to start. So definitely we'll take that win. With my third flag, I'm going to bring 4 reds and a blue up against this Bernadette tank team. They've also got Astrid, Quarry, Ott, and Salnus. The plan with this team is to try to get 6 red tiles early if we can with Damon, so that he makes it so that an enemy cannot cast any status effect buffs on anybody for 3 turns, so Bernadette would not be able to cast those paintings. I've got Revna, who casts the ability to reflect ailments, and Yukonin makes it so that him and nearby allies cannot have their buffs dispelled. So if Bernadette were to go off after that, then the reflecting of buffs for those 3 would not be able to get dispelled for the first part of her special. And then Magdi and Marjana, being toons, also cannot have their buff dispelled, or rather, there's a 75% chance their buffs would not get dispelled. So I've actually had this team work so that all 5 were able to be reflected back to the enemy for the painting. So that is the plan here. Again, the special from Damon is the setup for this type of team, though. All right. Not the best of boards, but I think we can make this work. I'm going to start off with the 3 reds on the right-hand side and see what happens there. No reds. Perfect. I'm now going to match the 3 purples on the top left horizontally. If I can get a red in one of the 2 spots on the bottom left or the second from the left, we will be okay, and we did. Perfect. All right, so now let's match those 3 reds before they get separated. And it's only for 3 turns, so I don't want to hit Bernadette too early, although we're going to be hitting her with a pretty big cascade of tiles. With the purples and blues, I think, is what I'm going to match right now. It's for 3 turns, I believe, from Damon, right? Yeah, okay. So let's hit her now. I don't want any even crazier, massive cascades going off. So let's hit her with Damon. And now I'm going to match these purples and blues, and that's going to set up that cascade of greens. Hopefully some more stuff, so she definitely goes off. All right. I can make that work. Now, could match the yellows up against Ott, which would make it so that I can match the reds the following turn. Yes, I am going to do that. Now let's match these 3 reds. I am going to use Revna right now, and Yukonin, even though they have that Firestorm ward. Again, I want the ability to have the buffs to not be dispelled from those 3. And then I'm going to hold off on using Marjana because she's not going to do a lot of damage because of the effect from the Firestorm ward. So I want to wait for that to wear off. But I actually want to set Undead off so that the paintings get reflected back. So let's match these purples up the middle, horizontal, or rather vertically up top. That's going to set off that cascade of greens. And some more stuff. And let's see how many people turn into paintings. Everybody. Awesome. That worked like a charm because Astrid and Salinus are about to go off as well right now. Let's deal with the Reviver that they have. I'm going to use Damon first because he actually will dispel the buff. Actually, Ott makes it so that buffs can't be dispelled. So let's hold off on using that. How many more turns do they have these buffs for? 1 more turn. Okay, I can deal with that. I'm going to match the 3 blues vertically up the middle against Bernadette. Nice cascade of some more blues. And we're going to have a blue diamond we can match next turn. Awesome. Now, let's see if we can do some damage to Astrid over here. And let's use Magni also. Match this blue diamond. How many more turns do they have the paintings for? 3 more turns. Okay. Awesome. I think I want to match the 3 reds right up the middle vertically. Hopefully we can get another red on the bottom. Nope. Did get some blues though. That's going to give me Magni special so we can kill Astrid. Perfect. Now, I think I'm going to hit that blue diamond. That should kill Bernadette between the red tiles on the bottom. Awesome. She's dead and the Reviver is dead. We are looking in good shape right now. Let's use Revna, and then I'm going to try to take out the left side over here now with Corey. That way we can ghost tiles more frequently. Let's use Yukonin first, and then Damon and Marjana on Corey. And Corey's dead. Awesome. Now we can ghost tiles. Figured I'd match that purple diamond so I could tile dump when I wanted to. And I am going to hit that now since Salinus is going off right now and Ott is about to go off. Nice cascade. Ott might be dead. Awesome. Let's use Revna and these red tiles over here against Salinus. And Salinus is dead. That match went extremely smooth. Very happy with how that team worked out. We are now 2 for 3. With my 4th flag, we're going to bring some Toon and Glass costumes against this Bearded tank team. I've got Glass Vivica and Glass Sartana, and then everybody else are Toons. So the Toons will have a 75% chance to resist the paintings, and Vivica and Sartana will have a 60% chance to reflect it back. And the plan is to try to take out Bernadette, of course, first, and then the 2 on the left. That way I don't have to deal with the silence effect from Von Rothbart and the mana reduction from Hrothgar. Alright, so I've got 2 yellows, 2 purples, and a red. I am going to start off with these greens on the top left. That way that it will set off a little cascade of reds. Let's match these 3 blues vertically on the right. That will set off that cascade of 4 purples and maybe a diamond if we can get a purple. We did not. Alright. Let's match these 3 purples now. That's going to give me Sartana special. And we're definitely going to hit Bernadette with Sartana. Need 1 more purple tile for Domitia. Let's match the 3 reds on the top right horizontally. Hopefully we get a purple on the bottom. We did not. I'm going to match the 4 greens in the middle. That way I can hit the green dragon. I don't want to do that, actually. I need 2 more purples for Demetria. Let's match the 3 blues up the middle against Bernadette. Hopefully we get a yellow on the bottom. We do not. Let's match the 3 reds now with the greens, and we did get some purples, but Bernadette's about to go off, so hopefully we resist it and maybe get reflected back to her. She did get reflected, and everybody but Domitia was able to resist it. Egthal's about to go off, and he is going to reduce the mana of my glass costumes. More than likely not my tunes. I am going to hit this green dragon. It's going to set off a cascade with the yellows and purples on the right. Everybody stay alive, please. I think I just want to hit Egthal with this. That way, maybe we can kill him. I need to heal very badly. Let's ghost these 3 purples. That will give me Sartana special. Alright, and she's still alive. Now, do I want to just kill Egthal? I think I do. Yes. Actually, I don't want to do that because I'm going to match some reds next turn, which is going to give me Aslar special, which will kill him. So that would waste Sartana special. Let's hit maybe Hrothgar? Yeah. And then I'm going to match the 3 reds vertically so that I don't set off Hrothgar over on the right. I could match the 4 reds, but that's going to match the greens and set off Hrothgar, which I don't want to do. That worked out great. Now let's use Aslar. Now, Sartana's about to die. Let's match the 3 yellows with the purples up against Hrothgar. Oof. That wasn't good. And Leonidas got his mana reduced. Let's match these reds and yellows on the right here. Nice cascading. Hopefully Vivica's still alive to heal. Leonidas is dead. And so is Viv. Awesome. All right, well, let's use Aslar. And we are dead. All right, well, we are now 2 for 4. Did some damage, but did not get the win that time, unfortunately. With my 5th flag, I'm bringing 3 different counters for Bernadette. I've got Guardian Gazelle, who will cast the dancing on everybody but herself, so everybody else will be able to resist the paintings. I've got Medea for the shifting Miles attack, Quintus for the Miles attack to 3, and then I've got a couple Fiend Summoners with Zhuge Liang and Iga. I'm hoping to get my purples early, that way we can cast the shifting Miles attack from Medea. She needs 7 tiles for that first charge. I am going to start off with the 3 reds up against Gongoth, I think. Hoping to get a purple tile somewhere in there. We did get one, and a yellow. Awesome, okay. Now, let's match these 3 greens on the left. Did not get a purple where I needed it. Let's match the 3 reds vertically up against Gongoth. He's going to go off soon anyway. Of course, no more purples. Not liking my positioning here. Let's match the blues and yellows on the left, though. We do have Iga. Let's put the 1 Fiend on Bernadette. Really do not like my options. I need 4 more purples for Medea. So those 3 in the middle are not going to do me any good. I'm going to match the 3 blues up against Gongoth. I don't think I'm going to be able to survive it, but... Or rather, I don't think I'm going to be able to get Medea special before Bernadette goes off, but I am going to match the 4 greens up top on the right. That's going to make it so I can match 4 purples the following turn because of that 1 purple tile staying there. We might get lucky, but I think these 2 purple tiles are going to set her off. And the yellows hit her also. Alright, well, everybody's going to turn to painting except maybe Zhuge. And he did withstand it. Awesome. Bernadette's dead from the Fiend. And I don't think she would have been dead from the Fiend anyway. I hit her with quite a bit of tiles, so she got killed from that also. Alright. I need 1 more yellow tile for Zhuge, and his minions would definitely help me out a lot. Let's hit Astrid with the specials over on the left. Now, I'm going to ghost these 3 red tiles. Nice cascading of purples. I am going to use the special over on the left. And now, actually, I'm going to hit this green dragon. That's going to give me Medea special. Although Gongoth is going to get hit with the cascade. At least we can use Medea on Astrid so that she doesn't revive Bernadette. I really need Zugei's minion, so let's hit this dragon here. Please stay alive, Zugei. Awesome. Alright, let's use him now. Ceres is about to go off. Let's use the special on the right against Astrid also. And I'm really hoping Ceres hits Iga. Ceres would be okay. Let's match the 3 purples on the top, middle. Of course he is gorgeous. And kills 2 other people on top of him. Awesome. Alright, well, we're just going to have to try to do as much damage as we can here. I'm going to ghost these 3 red tiles. Let's ghost these 3 blue so that I can get a yellow match. And Iga is dead as well. Alright. Not the greatest of battles, but again, at least we took out Bernadette and made a manageable clean. We are in a very, very close war right now, although it looks like they've gained some ground. We have 51-13 points with 18 flags left. They've got 54-37 with 17 flags left. So not looking in good shape. That's kind of one of the reasons I've been forcing these Bernadette tanks, because they have so many of them. I've got 1 flag left. With my last flag, we're going to go up against this Hathor tank team. I've got Sable as a reviver, Naeem, who will give me the counterattack and make it so that their mega minions have 75% less health. I've got Nautica as another healer, Grimsteel as another healer, who will also give me the attack and defense growth, and then Bernadette for her paintings. And of course, I put Nautica next to her so that it speeds her up. This will be the only flag that I do not go up against a Bernadette tank. I'm going to start off with these purples and reds up the middle against Hathor. Nice cascade of blues. Going to match these 3 yellows vertically toward the left to move over that 1 blue tile. Nice cascade of a blue diamond. I will certainly take that. And I'm going to use Sable and then hit that blue diamond, because it's going to give me both Grimsteel and Nautica. Usually I like to save the diamonds when I can, but because those blue tiles are so spread out, I don't know when I would be able to get that next. And Hathor is dead. Awesome. Let's use Grimsteel first, and then Nautica. And then I'm going to use Naeem on the left side here. Actually, we can use Bernadette first. Turn everybody into paintings. And then Naeem on the left. And then I'm going to match the 3 yellows so I can set that cascade of reds. Nice cascade of blues underneath as well. We should be able to kill the purple hero Gongoth, I think that was. Awesome. Let's use Grimsteel, and then let's ghost some red tiles. That way I can get my special for Naeem back. And Bernadette is only 1 tile away. Even though there's 2 on the right and Naeem is a 3-hitter, I'm still going to hit Astrid over on the left, because I definitely want to get rid of that reviver. And she should be dead once this hit from Bernadette comes. Awesome. And then let's use Naeem over on the right. I'm going to hit this purple diamond to set off that cascade of yellows on the left, and we got some more red tiles, and that match was over pretty quickly. Felt pretty good about that team going up against the Hather tank team. So we ended up finishing only 3 for 6, but the 3 losses that I had, we seriously depleted all 3 enemies, and I believe that my alliance mates were able to clean that in just 1 flag. So again, we have 5164 points with 17 flags left. They've got 5602 with 13 flags left, so we're definitely going to need some luck at the end. Unfortunately, they just flipped the board, so they have their choice of targets. Definitely a close war and a very strong opponent with Quantum Fury. Let me know how your Undead Horde war is going, and that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you did enjoy it or found it helpful, and if you did, hit that like button, make sure you sub to my channel, and I'll catch you guys next time.